Hey guys, this is Louiz and I'm going to be reacting to Promise 9's Glass Shoes. Promise 9 is a girl group that's due to debut in 2018. This is their first official pre-debut single, which was first performed at the Mnet Asian Music Awards show in Japan in 2017. The group consists of the 9 winners of the survival show Idol School, thus the name from IS9, which is the 9 from Idol School. So this video isn't the first time that I'm watching it. I think when I first watched it, I was just like, all the way. So I had to watch it first and gather my thoughts on it. So what you'll see is more of a response or analysis rather than a first time reaction video. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. There's a really cool clock sound in the background. Actually, this whole part is a lot of instruments layered together. It's quite rich. Stickers on the hands. You can feel the riser. The music is slowly building up. There's that noise riser in the background. Listen to the riser, and it just drops. Yeah, this clock choreography is pretty cool. I haven't seen it with one person before. Yeah, there's that cool toy in the back, in the front, and spinning toy. This music video has a lot of toys in it. That drum roll in the background, going from one ear to the other. It's really cool. So they open the curtains to the choreography. That's quite cool. To the chorus. I think it's symbolic, like an unveiling of something, like Cinderella in his new dress, in her new dress. Perpetual, what's the scene? It's symbolic. That's a pinky promise, like their name, 9 promises. Promise 9. Yeah, if you listen, every 2 bars is that riser going up and running down. So it's quite cool because she was flipping a book while talking about the fairy tale, which is symbolic. It's like well thought out. So it's quite cool because she says her eyes widen as she moves the camera away and opens her eyes. Okay, so the outfits are different from the first chorus, and the backdrop is different too. So there's no more of those wall thingies that were in the back. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's just nothing. I'm thinking too deep. The dance really reminds me of G-Friend's Me Gustas too, with the sideways thing. Oh yeah, this top is really cool. It's called a barn roulette. I haven't seen one in real life before. Yeah, the music just changed tempo completely here. It feels like it. See, there were 2 transitions there. Quite cool. This gives me the Mega Man vibes. These strings in the background. So they open the door to the final chorus, and there's only a single slow transition, as opposed to the previous times there were 2 transitions. And the background is back. You can see those things at the background. Yeah, what's that thing that Soyeon is playing? That green thing. It looks like a pianica, but not really. And it's back to this. And the lyrics change to you, you, you instead of up, up, up. And there's 9 girls there, but whose hand was opening the door? Okay, that's the music video. The lyrics seem to be telling the story of a Cinderella who can't wait to go to the ball, wondering if she'll find the prince. And in the pre-chorus, it talks about how she finds him. Then the chorus is how she's trying to gather herself to meet him to confess. But if the time hits 12 o'clock, she has to run back. So she has to run and find him in the future. Then the second verse comes, the rap verse, where she's talking about if she didn't leave a clue, would he ever find her? Then it goes back to the pre-chorus and the chorus again. Then it goes to the bridge, and in the bridge there's a complete change of tempo, and you'll hear a clock ticking in the background. The synth becomes stronger, there's these violin strings coming every beat, and the percussion weaken, and the music slowly starts to build up and come back as the chorus nears, and then they open the door to the final chorus. So she says that she needs to leave at the bell, and it seems that she didn't manage to confess, but she asks that he finds her. And in the final chorus, now things changed, because in the previous two choruses, it was about her preparing herself to confess to him. But now, it's different. Now she says that she will come and find him. She will leave the signs so that he can find her. Then it ends with a round and round, spinning round and round, tick-tock again. So the vibe I really get is this G-Friend rough vibes. It's because it's kind of a similar story where a girl is trying to approach a guy, but she's unable to approach him because they're too young. But then amidst the divergence, she would still reach out for him. So I thought that this was a common theme, but this is a Cinderella theme, which I thought was really interesting. So the music is upbeat, it's very fast, a lot of high end, but the bass is still pretty strong. And there's also this electric guitar in the background, kind of following the bass. So if you're listening out for the guitar, you'll be able to hear it if you're listening for the bass's notes, but listen how behind the bass there'll be this electronic distortion sound. It's kind of hard to hear, but when you're listening out for it, you'll hear it. It kind of follows the bass, so it gets drowned out a bit, but it's present, and it adds to the texture of the whole song. Something interesting you can listen out for is that in every section of 4 bars, you'll hear, for every second section leading to the third section, there will be this siren riser, and then it'll drop off. It's there for most of the song, almost consistently every second section, so that's every 8, for every group of 16 bars, at every 8th bar you'll hear this siren riser, and then it'll go up and it'll drop down as you go to the 9th bar. And that's something you can listen out for. Now the bass is pretty interesting because the bass is always leading the next chord that's about to come. The bass is really active actually in this song, and just by listening to the bass you can guess what the next chord will be. It's pretty cool. Now for the choruses, this is quite interesting because the first 2 choruses are different from the third, not only lyrically but vocal technique wise as well. So when I first heard the song, I was actually thinking that when I heard the third chorus, I was wondering, where are the ad-libs? Because in most K-pop songs, you'll hear in the last chorus that the main vocalist will be screaming some high notes, which in K-pop are very common. But in this song, this wasn't there. But there is a difference from the third and the second chorus, which I find in J-pop happens quite a lot, where in J-pop, you don't always have these ad-libs, but in Western pop and J-pop it's not as common. So I had to listen to this more than once before I caught on to this. But the third chorus is actually sung with more chord closure. Or rather, it's sung with more power, more energy. So in the first 2 choruses, it's sung really gently, with the last line going into disconnected voice. So the feeling it gives is of someone who feels weak as they try to approach someone. But in the last chorus, it's sung much stronger with a lot of conviction. Because now from the person who's preparing themselves, preparing their heart, she's changed into somebody who has the strength to do all these things. And you can hear it vocally as well. It's very J-pop kind of style. The chord progression is very J-pop. It goes from it's a 4, 5, 3, 6 kind of chord progression, which you'll hear very often in J-pop songs. So some other thoughts. Now the The reviews of this song are pretty mixed. A lot of people love it, and there's also a lot of people who just don't like it. You can't really please everyone, especially since these girls were the result of a survival show. So those who were fans of those who didn't make it into the group will understandably not be very happy with the result. And also, this group is a very J-pop sound. So if you're more into those EDM kind of groups like EXO and BTS, this won't necessarily appeal to you. And nothing wrong with that, everyone has their own musical tastes. Because the focus of this is more in the melody and the tune and the vocals. But for electronic music, you're not as focused on the vocals as you are on the instrumental. So it's just a preference kind of thing. But for me, who was originally a J-pop anime song kind of guy, this really appealed to me. This was great. Okay, so those were my thoughts on Promise 9's Glass Shoes. So this is my first time doing a reaction response kind of video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you feel about this style of commentary and whether I should do these styles of videos. Also, you can leave suggestions on what I should react to next. So if you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.